What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I've got a fun comp for you guys today. No high stakes or anything, just me and a few of my friends competing against each other for fun. So here's how it's gonna work. There's 10 different styles of climbs, and they each have a level 1 through 5. My goal is to complete all the level 5s. Also, every time you fall, you lose 1 point from your total score. Now, the original plan was to go around and flash all the level 5s, but so yeah, that didn't end up happening. So the new plan is to go around and send all the level 5s in as little attempts as possible. So yeah, unfortunately I had to change the plan of the video right away, but what happened on that first attempt was that my right hand was too low on the hold and I spun off on the big move, but made sure to hold it higher the second go, and then the top was pretty chill from there. Next was onto the level 5 sloper climb, and this thing was a little intimidating, but it actually ended up being a little easier than we thought. The moves down low were pretty chill on some good slopers, and then this next move was the hard part because the position wasn't very stable and the hold was kind of bad, but other than that, it wasn't bad, and yeah, got the flash of the level 5 sloper. Also, here's my friend Aiden from Cat Climbing on YouTube on the level 5 sloper climb, but after this video, you guys should go check out that channel. Aiden edits all the videos for it, and they're really good, so yeah, definitely check them out. And then here's Logan on the climb too, and he low-key cruised this thing and made the hard move look not even that bad. But yeah, me, him, and Aiden pretty much just went around together the whole comp and did all the climbs together, so you'll be seeing some more of them later in the video. Next was onto the crack climb, and the first tan gem wasn't bad, but it was kind of hard to move off of, and then the next one was even harder to use, and I was sliding all over the place because my hands were sweaty, plus I'm not that great at crack climbing. But then on this next attempt, I was looking at the big foothold on the volume next to the second hand jam, and it actually looked pretty good, and when I got there and hit it, it was basically like a massive juggy crimp, so you could just skip the second hand jam. And actually you can skip the first one too if you just hold it as a sloper, so you basically don't have to do any crack climbing on the level 5 crack, which is kind of funny. Next it was onto the cordo. I decided to warm up on the level 4 first just to warm up the coordination a little bit. This climb was pretty fun. I had this cool move off the no-tex, little paddle, and then the top was pretty chill from there. But now the level 5, and I definitely still wasn't fully warmed up because this was my 5th climb of the day, and I barely jumped on the first move. Bruh. I did a few more climbs to warm up a little more, and I definitely felt a lot better on the second attempt. I jumped harder and used a lot more power, and I stuck this sick paddle move. And then after that, the climb is pretty much over because the top is pretty easy, especially if you go right hand instead of left to the crimp. Next, it was onto the campus, and this climb was really fun because there actually it isn't usually a lot of climbs that you can campus at the gym. And this one was also pretty long and had a few fun spin moves, and then even a small paddle in the middle, which is pretty cool. Next was the Dyno, and this thing was basically just how accurate you could hit the hold, and my right hand just hit it a little bad and I slid off. Here's Aiden, and his first go was tragic because he pinched his own hand a little and came off. And then there's Logan, who was just locked in so far and hadn't fallen yet, and stuck it no problem. When I got back on it, I made sure to eye up like where I wanted to hit the hold more. And I went for it, and I stuck it good this time. Aiden also stuck it second go as well. Next was onto the press, and this thing was evil. It was like hard to read. It was also a mix of like small box positions at the start and like some super reachy positions in the middle. It was just like such an awkward climb. That first attempt felt close, but I also felt like I had to change up my beta a little bit, so I went with a more reachy press, which felt super reachy for me. Like if I could reach an extra inch or two, it would have been way easier. But then I like kind of balled my hand into sort of a fist, and that worked for the press. And then I got a high foot, and then after that the rest was good. Like the volume that you go up to is like brand new, and then the finish crimp was really good, basically like a small jug. Next it was onto the slab, and I think that this slab was definitely undercooked for level 5. Like it definitely should have been harder, but it was still a fun climb. You have to like lean over to a little foot on the volume. And then there's also like a little hand chip on it too. And then you have to do this like little blind drop down to a really good foot. And then you do this little reach around with the foot to the next foothold. And then you have to go over to the left with your left foot on the volume, which the top is completely no text, which wasn't that bad, but I also saw there was a screw hole, and I just stood in that and it was really good. And then you have to kind of lie back on the arete and then do this little fun stand up to the finish. Next, it was onto the pinch climb, and this thing was pretty fun. It was a short power climb, which is always fun, but I kind of sold because when I was trying to get my foot up onto the small jib on the volume, I like missed it just a little, and that made my right hand like start to slide on that undercling pinch, and I almost saved it, but my hands were pretty sweaty because it was kind of hot in here from all the people, and I just slid off. This next attempt, I made sure to place the foot a lot better, and also instead of like bumping the left hand to the further left pinch, I just stayed on the first one because it was a lot better than the other one, and after I got the foot better, the rest was pretty chill with a nice jump to the big pinch and then 2 more good pinches to the finish. Now onto the last level 5 of the comp, which was the crimp climb, and here's Aiden on it. The setters were saying that this one was probably a little soft for level 5, which we agreed with because down low the crimps were pretty good, and the only really hard part was once you get to the crimps on the volume, because the first one was pretty small and then the next one was small too, but it was also kind of blocked. The thing was actually kind of bad, but after that the next 2 crimps were good. Even though it was a little soft for level 5, it was still a pretty fun climb with some good flowy moves. And yeah, with that, all 3 of us topped all 10 of the level 5 problems, so now it's time for the podium. So after adding up all my points, I finished in 3rd with 994 points. In 2nd, was Aiden with 997 points, and in first was Logan, who is absolutely locked in with a perfect score of 1,000 points. So congrats to him and Aiden. It's super fun to climb with them. Definitely excited for more in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe. And I've got a really cool video coming out hopefully soon, so stay tuned for that.